Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome back. Some of you have requested a storage unit tour. Since it's full and unorganized, I am doing the best I can. This is my version of a shelf tour. I'm just going to take I grabbed a random box and I'm just going to grab the books and show you what I have inside. Actually, I've been looking for this one, Isabella the Warrior Queen, so that I can read it for quarter two of Historathon. This is about Queen Isabella of Castile, the mother of Catherine of Aragon, and she's also, her and Ferdinand are the ones who funded Columbus's, ship so that he could come, and he got lost and landed in the Americas. So she fought in the Crusades. While she was pregnant, she had armor made for herself while she fought in the Crusades. The next one is the Tales of a Shaman's Apprentice. I can never say that word right when I need to. We Have Always Been Here by Lena Mugen. The 16th round from number 1 contender to number 45472. Hurricane Carter. So he was falsely imprisoned. He was a star boxer, falsely imprisoned and spent time in jail, in prison. And this is his memoir. The Boy from Block 66 by Lemor Regev. And this is Holocaust survivor, and this is basically takes place in January 1945. It's a true story, and the family was telling the grandfather's story. Code Talkers, the first and only memoir by one of the original Navajo code talkers in World War II. So some of these I'm glad that I am getting out so I can have them for the last quarter in Historathon. This one I need to finish, obviously. This is The Blackwater Sister by Zen Cho. I'll keep this out so I can bring that home and finish it. Fool's Russian, the true story of war, or love, war, and redemption. And this was by Bill Carter. And this is a memoir as well in Bosnia. So this took place in Bosnia during that war and conflict. Sophie's World. I've been meaning to read this since I was in college. The Death on the Nile, another Agatha Christie book. I got this one on sale. I still have to get the sticker off. E.E. Cummings, Selected Poems. These Truths. This is a History of the United States by Jill Lepore. I'll be reading this for Historathon, or at least this will be one of my piles of possibilities. Don't Cry for Me by Daniel Black. I might not just grab these all. I might just grab the top layer because there's a lot in here. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This is a classic. The Complete Short Stories of Ernest Hemingway. Brave Genius, Sean B. Carroll. This is a scientist, a philosopher, and their daring adventures from the French Resistance to the Nobel Prize. And it's aspiring but unknown writer Albert Camus and budding scientist Jacques Monod. Just putting putting some of these back here. This is Woolly, the true story of the quest to revive the history's most iconic extinct creature. So this is about the woolly mammoth. The death of Vivek Oje, and that's by Kwanke M. Mezi. Probably really butchering these names, I'm sorry. I was actually looking for this one for Trans Day Visibility, The Light from Uncommon Stars. I've been wanting to read that one, so I'm putting that aside too. Annie on My Mind is a classic sapphic book. All right, Doug, I found my copy of The Right Stuff by Tom Wolfe, so we'll have to do a buddy read of this now that I found it. A Woman of No Importance, the untold history or story of an American spy who helped win World War II. And what's interesting about her, so this is by Sonia Purnell, and what's interesting about her is she was a famous spy, but she also had an amputee. She was an amputee, so she had a prosthetic leg. Virginia Hall was her name. Moving around here. Rebel Island by Jonathan Clements, The Incredible History of Taiwan. I'm running out of places to take the books I want to bring home. Massacre in the Clouds, Kim A. Wagner. An American Atrocity and the History or Erasure of History. And this one, I believe, is about in the Philippines. So 1906, American soldiers on the island of Jolo in southern Philippines surrounded and killed 1,000 local men, women, and children, known as the Moros, on top of an ancient volcano. These two I actually got when I was on a mini road trip in Indianapolis. They have a really great selection of independent bookstores, so I got a bunch of books while I was there. I need to go back down there. The Broken Constitution, Lincoln, Slavery, and Refounding of America. This is by Noah Feldman. I read one of his books that was he's a constitutionalist. He studied constitutional law and stuff, and he actually was responsible for helping Iraq come up with their constitution after the invasion and the killing of Saddam Hussein. Fire Becomes Her by Rosie Thor. This cover is beautiful. I love the colors on here. And this is like a political intrigue thriller, a bit of fantasy to it, but the main protagonist is a romantic, and there's not a lot of stories that I find with a romantic character, let alone a lead, so I have been excited to read this one, which I'll have to get to soon. Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong, and I actually still need to read her other stuff, but this one is inspired by Shakespeare, Antony, and Cleopatra. I think I'll read this one soon too, just because I read all of a bunch of stuff during that time period for quarter one in Historiathon, and then I read a biography of Cleopatra, so I think this might be one of them that I add to my TBR soon as well. I'm going to butcher this name, but it's Kaiki, and then it's Vaishnavi Patel. With No Malice Towards All, The Lethal Life of Dr. Oliver C. Hugh or Ha. What's fascinating about this one, so this is by Kurt Dalton. I got this when I was in Dayton, Ohio, and I toured the Wright brothers. They have like a huge home there, and then there's exhibit and museum stuff that you can visit nearby. And he was a serial killer that nearly took the life of one of the Wright brothers, and then we wouldn't have had the world that we did with the planes and everything, because so he was in 1893, and so he killed from 1891 to 1905 at least 16 murders in Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin. And so this is basically, we're not sure if he's the one who did it, but he was the one who was imprisoned for it. And had he done it, you know, so the Wright brothers were responsible for the flying, you know, and Kitty Hawk, and I believe that was in 1905 or 03. Now I'm wondering, but it was right when he was doing his rampage, and you get to hear about how close one of the brothers, and I can't remember which one, was. He actually was attacked, and he lived. He had like a gash and stuff on his head. You get to hear that when you do the tour. The tour of the home is really cool. But anyway, that's why I got that one. Internment, Samara Ahmed, or Samira probably. I've enjoyed the Erik Larson books that I've got, so that I've read so far. So this is The Splendid and the Vile, and this is Churchill and World War II. I believe it deals with Hitler and all that was going on there. He's a really great writer, so if you haven't read him, he did The Devil in the White City, which I talked about before, and also Dead Wake, which I read and enjoyed. This one is Nostromo, Joseph Conrad. I read Heart of Darkness, but I haven't read any of his other stuff, so this was one of them that I wanted to read, as well as Lord Jim. I'm running out of space here. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I've been wanting to read this for a while. The Women of the Cousins' War, so the Duchess, the Queen, and the King's Mother. And this is by Philip Gregory. And so this is during the War of the Roses. And I've always been fascinated with that. So especially the women involved in here. So this is that one. I'll have to start making room here. Hester by Lori Lico Albanese, and this is a retelling of Hester, the Scarlet Letter, from her point of view, but also it kind of is not fully a retelling, because it actually mentions like Nathaniel Hawthorne is actually a character within the story. The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina by Zoraida Cordova. This is a beautiful cover as well. I was actually looking for this book as well. This is Sky Without Stars by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rendell. This is a modern sci-fi retelling of Les Mis that I've been wanting to read. Kurt Vonnegut, God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater. This is one of the few that I haven't read of his yet. I got this when I went to the Kurt Vonnegut Museum in Indianapolis. That's a really cool place as well. When you go up to the top floor. It's like they kind of have this rebuilt version, like you get to see what Dresden looked like before and then after the bombing, which is what he was in and what inspired Slaughterhouse-Five. So it's a really cool exhibit to see as well. This is One Day in September, by Simon Reeve. It's the full story of the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre and the Israeli revenge operation Wrath of God. So it explains both sides of that story. This is Young and Restless, The Girls Who Sparked America's Revolutions by Maddie Kahn. I'll be reading this for quarter two, or one of the quarters. No, not quarter two, quarter four. But I could, if I can fit it in April, it would be great for People April. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zolfa Kato. And this one is a Syrian story. I've been reading a few from Syria, so that one should be good as well. This is The Future is History, How Totalitarianism Reclaimed Russia by Masha Gessen. And she also has The Man with No Face, which is the story of Putin. She's a great historian or writer as well. America's Constitution, a biography, Akil Reed Amar. This is very timely, and I will be reading it probably for our 250th anniversary this year. The Girl with the Loudening Voice by Abi Dare. I don't know how you would say that name, but this is a Nigerian author, so it takes place there. A Season of Light by Julie Iramwanya, and then this is also takes place in Nigeria. This is my copy of Walden and Civil Disobedience by Thoreau. I'm still working my way through Walden, and I haven't read Civil Disobedience yet. This is The First Ladies. This is Eleanor Roosevelt and her relationship with a black woman whose parents were formerly enslaved, and how their friendship develops as Larry McLeod Bethune does not back down from white supremacists, and she is an activist, and she befriends the First Lady. Oh, I've been looking for this one too. I need to read Penchenko by Min Jin Lee. So I'm going to keep that one out as well. I have a few that I'm going to have to read, but that's all of them that I have. So that was my book tour slash bookshelf slash storage unit book tour. So that's a random example of my book tastes, everything from history, some foreign literature, some queer literature, and everything in between. So I hope you enjoy it. Hope maybe you found something that you can add to your list. If you read any of them, please let me know how they are. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Happy reading, and thank you.